Hey everyone, Kristen here. As you know, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And today I'm going to share with you a recipe for a copycat Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana soup. It is made with Italian sausage, bacon, and a rich creamy broth that's studded with potatoes and kale, and it's delicious and it's so easy to make. So let's get cooking. To start this recipe, hit saute and let your Instant Pot heat up for just a minute or two. Once heated, add in 3 slices of bacon that have been cut into small bite-sized pieces. The bacon is just going to add a rich, smoky flavor to our soup that's really going to amp up the flavor. We want to let our bacon saute until it's nice and brown, stirring often. And once it's nice and golden, you want to use a slotted spoon, remove your bacon from the inner pot, and put it on a plate that's been lined with paper towels just to absorb any excess grease. We're not going to cook our bacon in the soup. That would cause our bacon to become soggy and lose its crisp texture. Instead, we're going to top our soup with that, and then we're going to use this reserved oil to saute some Italian sausage. I'm adding in 1/2 pound of homemade ground chicken Italian sausage. You can use any Italian sausage that you like. And I'm adding in 1 small yellow onion that's been finely minced. We're gonna saute that together, breaking the sausage up as it cooks until our sausage is nice and browned and our onion starts to become translucent. This won't take but a couple minutes, but you do wanna be sure to stir your sausage, breaking it up as it cooks. Once the sausage is just about fully browned, I'm adding in 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. We're gonna let that toast just for 30 seconds or so, just until our nose really smells it, just to develop the garlic and the herb flavor without burning that. Once the garlic has been sauteed, we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of dry white wine. Now you do wanna make sure that you use a wine that's worth drinking, but it doesn't need to be an expensive wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio today. A Chardonnay would work as well. And if you don't cook with wine, feel free to use additional chicken broth. I'm gonna let that wine cook off for just a minute while I scrape all the brown bits on the bottom of the inner pot to prevent a burn notice. And then I'm gonna hit cancel to turn off the saute function, and this soup is gonna come together super fast. I'm adding in 4 cups of homemade chicken stock. You can use your favorite store-bought brand, and 4 russet potatoes that have been cubed. There's no need to peel your potatoes. I'm also adding in about 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 3 cups of chopped kale. We want to cook our kale in our soup just so that it softens and becomes tender. Give that a stir just to combine, and then you want to pop your lid on the Instant Pot. Make sure that venting knob is pointed towards sealed or your lid is locked. And then to set the cooking time, you're gonna set it for 5 minutes on high pressure using the manual or pressure cook button. Once the cooking time has elapsed, let pressure release naturally for at least 15 minutes. That will finish cooking your potatoes, and it will help you not to spew hot liquid all over your kitchen. And then you can open up the lid on the Instant Pot, and it already smells absolutely incredible, and you can stop right here if you're dairy-free. However, to take this soup over the top and to really replicate those flavors that you know and love in Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana, I'm adding in 1/2 cup of cream here. You can use half and half, you can use whole milk. And then I'm just gonna pop the lid back on the Instant Pot and just let it sit for just a minute. It will thicken up slightly, and it will just give the soup a nice, rich finish. All right, my soup has sat for a little bit. It's had time for the cream to thicken up our soup and make it rich and luscious. Oh, it smells so good in here. So I'm gonna dish up this soup. The kale is nice and tender. The potatoes are tender. Sausage is giving our so much flavor. And then You want to top it with a little bit of the bacon, the reserved bacon, and of course some Parmesan cheese. Doesn't hurt anything. It's so hot, but I want to go in for a bite right now. It's a little bit spicy because of that red pepper flakes. I'm gonna totally decrease that, remember. And the potatoes are super tender. And the broth is so rich because it's got the notes of that dry white wine and the sausage and the bacon, the smokiness from the bacon. It's so delicious. It's so affordable, and it's so much better for you than going out to eat at Olive Garden. You can make it fast using your Instant Pot. For another delicious, hearty soup, be sure to check out my next recipe where I share with you how to make Instant Pot chicken orzo soup. Until next time, happy cooking.